The rise of crime in the age of technology. In the 2017 SOCTA, Europol provides recommendations for major priorities that should be pursued to combat the most dangerous types of serious and organized crime. In addition to the 5 specific priority criminal threats that are carried out within the EU by organized crime, Europol is urging that more attention be paid to the 3 cross-cutting threats that either permit or improve all sorts of serious and organized crime. The following are the 5 specific priority crimes. Crimes committed online. Cybercrime represents a significant obstacle for digital businesses and communities. Crime as a service models, which have matured to the point where they can provide easy access to the tools and services needed to carry out cyber attacks, are the foundation around which cybercrime is built. Production, smuggling, and distribution of narcotics. These 3 aspects of the drug trade continue to be the most lucrative in the European Union. More than 1/3 of the criminal organizations that are active in the EU are involved in the manufacturing, distribution, or trafficking of various forms of illegal narcotics. The production of synthetic medicines at an industrial scale within the EU is continuing to grow, which further solidifies the EU as a main supply region for these chemicals that are supplied worldwide. Smuggling migrants has evolved as a very lucrative and pervasive illegal activity for organized crime in the EU. This is because it is so ubiquitous, comparable in size, profitability, and level of sophistication to the narcotics markets in Europe is the industry of illegally transporting migrants over international borders. Crimes of property committed by organized groups comprise a wide variety of illegal endeavors, the majority of which are carried out across the EU by mobile OCGs. A significant cause for worry in several member states over the past few years has been the consistent rise in the number of burglaries that have been recorded. Human trafficking. Organized criminal groups, OCGs, involved in human trafficking frequently use pre-existing migration channels to bring victims of their trade into the EU. Although the migration crisis has not yet had a broad influence on the trafficking of human beings in the EU for labor exploitation, some investigations have shown that traffickers are increasingly targeting irregular migrants and asylum seekers in the EU for exploitation. 3 threats overlap each other. The activities of document forgery, money laundering, and the illegal sale of products and services over the internet are the driving forces behind the organized crime. These cross-cutting criminal risks make it possible for and facilitate the majority of the other serious and organized crime categories, if not all of them. If document fraud, money laundering schemes, and online commerce in illicit goods and services are disrupted, the capacity of organized crime groups to build their operations and enter new markets will be substantially hampered. Theft in this day and age of advanced technology. Within the SOCTA 2017, Europol places a particular emphasis on the function of modern technology. Criminals have always been quite skilled at using various types of technology. But during the past few years, both the rate of technological innovation and the ability of organized criminals to adapt to new technology have been constantly improving. Significant transformations in criminal markets are likely to occur from recent developments, such as the proliferation of illegal goods and services that may be purchased and sold via the internet. This will provide law enforcement authorities with a new set of issues. It is anticipated that future developments in drone technology will make it possible for drones to travel further distances and carry more weight. Organized crime groups that are involved in drug trafficking may invest in drone technology for trafficking to circumvent checks at ports, airports, and border crossing sites. Many web services are utilized by organized crime groups to make the burglaries they commit easier. This includes checking on social media sites to see if individuals are away from selected dwellings, as well as touring specified neighborhoods with the help of free internet navigation tools. The importance of data as a commodity. Criminals are increasingly interested in acquiring data due to its value as a commodity. Increasing internet connectivity among citizens, businesses, and the public sector, as well as the exponential growth in the number of connected devices and sensors that are a part of the Internet of Things, will create new opportunities for criminals. Crimes of a serious organized nature and acts of terrorism. The fact that profit is the driving force behind the organized crime is qualitatively different from terrorism in many respects. But there is a connection between the two, and this connection may grow. The participation of terrorist suspects who have extensive criminal backgrounds and access to the resources and tools of organized crime networks and terrorist activity is a notable trend. Although the pursuit of criminal activities in support of terrorist activities is not a new phenomenon, it is a trend that is becoming increasingly prevalent. Europol's SOCTA is the result of close cooperation between Europol, the law enforcement authorities of the member states, EU agencies, and third parties such as international organizations and countries outside the EU that have operational or strategic agreements with Europol. It serves as the cornerstone of the EU policy cycle 1 for organized and serious international crime. In addition to doing research on and providing descriptions of criminal markets and other crime-related areas in the EU, the SOCTA offers recommendations for the EU policy cycle. Crimes committed with the use of electronic and digitally based technologies to target computers or a computer network are examples of high-tech crime, which is a subcategory of cybercrime. Computer hacking, the unauthorized use of data in any form or distribution of that data, denial of service attacks, and the spread of computer viruses are all examples of this type of criminal activity. To carry out their attacks, high-tech criminals make use of a variety of malicious software, including banking trojans, ransomware, and phishing software. Malware, often known as malicious software, is software designed with the intent to do damage to a computer system or mobile device by secretly infiltrating it and seizing control of it. Malware comes in a wide variety of flavors, and different strains have the potential to work in concert with one another during an assault. Adware is software that monitors a user's activity on the internet by displaying advertising banners or pop-up windows that contain code to do so. A backdoor Trojan, often known as a remote access Trojan, RAT, allows for unauthorized remote access to a computer system or mobile device. Another piece of malicious software can install it. It grants the attacker almost complete control, allowing them to carry out a variety of operations, such as monitoring actions, executing commands, and performing other similar tasks. Delivering files and documents back to the aggressor while simultaneously monitoring keystrokes and collecting screen images. A botnet, which is short for robot network, is a collection of computers that can communicate with one another through the use of the internet. They are put to use by a command and control center to commit various crimes, including sending spam, mounting distributed denial of service, DDoS, assaults, and more. Executable files, such as those ending in .exe, can be corrupted by a file infector either by overwriting them or by adding infected code that disables them. For consumers to regain access to their devices, ransomware prevents them from doing so and requires them to pay a ransom using one of many predetermined internet payment methods. A variation known as police ransomware employs symbols associated with law enforcement to give the ransom letter an air of authority. Scareware is bogus anti-virus software that falsely claims to scan and identify malware or other security dangers on a user's device in an attempt to trick them into paying to have the problem fixed. Spyware is software that is secretly placed on a computer without the knowledge of the machine's owner to monitor the user's activities and send that information to a third party. Criminals have constant access to a wide variety of cybercrime methods thanks to the thriving cybercrime as a service business model. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.